Hello and welcome to the Bad Gamer Good Gamer podcast. My name is Fudfoo, and today we'll be doing things a little differently. With Summer Game Fest going on this week, it can be hard to keep up with some of the announcements, especially when it comes to indie games, and it would be a shame to miss out on some of these gems that I found. That's why today I'll be going over my top picks from the Day of the Devs showcase, and hopefully the games that we talk about today will be worth adding to your radar. First things first, let's talk about Day of the Devs. It's their 10th anniversary. They've been doing this for 10 years, and it's hard to believe. And it started with Tim Schafer from Double Fine's Productions, guy who's done Psychonauts, Brutal Legends. Check them out if you haven't already. And yeah, like he opens the show with a little cake and everything, and I love the man. Yeah, so it actually, this showcase happened right after Summer Game Fest, and I watched it right after, and I found some really interesting games. That's why I thought take the time, go through some of the things or some of the games that I found interesting, and hopefully you'll find them interesting too. So I think they announced like 15 games, and out of the 15 I picked my like top 5 games that I thought like I would pick up myself. So the first game on the list, it's called Time Flies by the developer Playables, which is made by 2 people. So pretty much this game is the opening game for the Day of the Devs, and what's cool about this game is its concept, and it's a game about life expectancy. So like again, like indie games always makes you think about things you don't usually consider in gaming, and this is why I picked this game. So it's about life expectancy, and you are a fly just flying through this monochromatic room, and you pretty much have to fulfill like your bucket list, like in real life, you know, that I want to get rich, or I want to tour the world or something, and you pretty much live life through this fly. And what I loved about it is just how simplistic, like it's something so simple and that talks about a serious subject, which is life expectancy or death, another way to say it. And pretty much, you know, like thinking about it, like it's a game about like what you have to do on your time on Earth, and you know, like that's why you have a bucket list and stuff you want to do before you die, or at least that's what most people do. And this game kind of condenses all that in a very simple way. And fun fact that while I was doing research on this game, I found out here in the UAE the life expectancy is 78.32 years. Something to think about. And check out your country, wherever you're from. What's the average life expectancy? You might actually be surprised, like I was. Oh, and an example of the gameplay in the presentation, like they showed you this fly like just landing on a record player, and like him going once around it was pretty much like going on tour, and that was like off the bucket list. Or like I think there's another point where they're flying through the ceiling and there's like hidden money inside, and that's like get rich being like ticked out. Very cool game. I thought it was brilliant. It's coming out in 2023, sometime on 2023 on PC, Switch, and the Mac. Definitely add that to your wish list, like I did. So next on the list is Planet of Lana, an off-world Odyssey. It's a game we've talked about before on the podcast, and it's just come up again because they've actually done an extended playthrough of the game, or extended gameplay of the game. And it started with the creative director Adam Kranelos taking us through the game. Sorry, Adam, I butchered your last name, I know. And like they did elaborate a bit more on the story. So you play as Lana, and Lana is forced into a journey to save her sister that has been taken away by the invading robot army. And along the way she meets a mystical creature called Mui, which is a little black creature that you come up with. And pretty much Mui ends up helping you navigate through the world by cutting rope or stepping on buttons to open up bridges. And also Mui can control some of the strange creatures of this strange planet as well. And this is what like I love about this game. It's very heavy on the limbo and inside game vibes. Like you feel it, and like it's gonna be story driven, it's gonna be sad, I know it. It's one of those games, I can feel it. But I just wanted to bring it to your attention because it's still a visually striking game. It's a beautifully hand-drawn visuals, and I'm sure the story is going to be breathtaking. So that's why it should be on your list. Again, we don't have a release date, but they said it's coming out this year on Xbox and Steam. Hopefully we get an actual release date. This again, another one on my list. Oh, the third one, here we go. So another game that you'd think they've already done it before, but they haven't. It's called Escape Academy by Coin Crew Games. I'm even butchering their developer names. Wow, that's great. Anyway, so pretty much it's an escape room adventure game. Again, one of those concepts you're like, I thought it should be everywhere. Everyone loves escape room. I love escape rooms. But pretty much thanks to the pandemic, these guys, Coin Crew Games, it's actually hard to say out loud. They actually do real life escape rooms, and they pretty much, again, because of the pandemic, took what they do best and turned it digital. And it's an adventure game at heart when you can see the trailer, or as you can see in the trailer. And I actually recommended this game to my friends and family, and to me, and like to them, it was like a no-brainer. Like, it's a game you should recommend everybody because everyone loves escape rooms. So when I told them about this game, they're like, yeah, this is something like they will check out themselves. So I'm sure as heck you will too. So yeah, the trailer, again, from the trailer you can tell it's gonna be a fun game. Oh, and the fourth one on my list, it's called Animal Well by Shared Memory, a solo developer named Billy Basso. Again, you gotta love these solo developers with their creativity, always. So it's a puzzle-focused game, heavily puzzle-focused game, but the problem with this game, which is my weakness, it's a pixel art game. And when it's pixel art, I'm already a sucker for. Like, I'm already hooked in, but that's just me. Pretty much you're like this little brown blob, like this little cute brown blob, like just exploring the world through this like pixel art labyrinth filled with like secrets and like scary monsters, dogs that you don't know are good or bad, like, or creatures that might be good. I loved it. I just love the presentation of this game. It looks impressive, and as well, like the developer, he was saying that even though it's pixel art, they've added like impressive lighting, visuals, and effects throughout the game that you don't generally get in a pixel game, and it just adds this whole like layer effect of style to it, that just draws you in. And to me, it just speaks volumes that I want to play this game. I want to know more, and yeah. Another one on the list. You can tell from the trailer. You can tell that it's a good game, you know? It's just one of those things. Again, unfortunately, it's coming out sometime with no data on when, but it's coming to PS5 and Steam. So, yeah. It's wishlisted for me, but I really hope we get a release date sooner than later. Because this is a game that I would play day one. So this last game on my list is something that I found also very, very interesting, and like one of those games that evokes new emotions or new excitement when you play it, or look from the looks of it. And it's by a dual developer from the Netherlands, and the audio is done by Moonsayer. And the game developer in question, his name is, I shouldn't even try to say his name, Oud Vanderwolf, and Extra Nice, another game designer that helped him on the game. So this game is called, just bear with me, SCHIM. I'm sticking with SCHIM. So pretty much what it is this: you're this shadowy creature called a SCHIM, and it's a shadow creature platformer that I dubbed, or I'm sure that's what it is anyway. So you pretty much jump from shadow to shadow, from like the shadow of a running person to the shadow of a duck and animals or objects, and it's one of those concepts that really gets you thinking outside of the box and turns the world into like this playground, shadowy playground that you have to like navigate, and it feels very organic, especially in the trailer. And again, what's beautiful about it, it's just it's a cool minimalistic game. And yeah, it just, and with an isometric view, and like it just like creates this like atmosphere of like a playground, just with shadows. So the developer was saying, like, you help other creatures. There are other SCHIMs in the world, and you have to help them find their shadows. Your shadow or your SCHIM or the creature that you're playing was separated from their human shadow. So pretty much the whole game is about you trying to get back to your original shadow. And it's fun. It's a fun little game that makes you think differently about the world. So yeah, these were my top picks from the Day of the Devs. Let me know if you had any similar picks or totally different ones. I would love to hear back from you. And there's still a lot more showcases, so if you like this kind of solo video and like shorter formats, it would mean a lot to me to hear back from you. So send me a comment to my social, or otherwise you can follow us at badgoodpod on Instagram and Twitter. You can also check out the audio versions of the podcast by just going to badgood.gg and follow us through there. Otherwise, I hope you all had a great weekend, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.